Hello YouTube, today is May 19th, 2009, and today we're going to do a revision review on the Acer Aspire 1 D150. I think it's important to stress the model number here because they're coming out with models faster and people are updating their YouTube videos. But this is the box of the new Acer. It comes in blue, black, white, and red. We purchased the black one. I use it for my home business a little bit. This has the typical specs of most of the netbooks you're going to see out there, so I'm going to try not to bore you with another unboxing video. It's got the basic specs of most of the netbooks that you're going to see on the market today with an Intel Atom N270 processor. This one does have a 160 gig hard drive, and it has 1 gig of RAM installed on it, and it does come with Windows XP Home. This is not a Linux version operating system. And I want to go over some advantages of this netbook versus some of the other ones you may see out there today. Some things to keep in mind when you're going to spend your money on your netbook, and I'll tell you some ideas and some good ways of using your netbook as well. Just for a little heads up. Alright, first of all, you can play music on these quite well. We was real impressed with the music features of the Acer Aspire 1 D150. Some internet resources, because these were kind of focused around working in the cloud or the internet. There's some good resources out there on the internet now with internet radio. I'll talk about two particular ones that I really like. Pandora Radio is real well, and the one that you may not heard so much about is Nutsie.com. Nutsie.com. I like it's probably one of my favorite ones due to the fact that you can go back to any certain year, the year you graduated, or that year you got married, or that year you met that special someone, or whatever, and do any year and listen to the top 100 songs of that particular year. Or you can break it down by genre if you listen to the top 100 classic songs, or classic country, or any mirage of genres of music in a nice organized playlist. You can do that with Nutsie, but I'm not doing a review on Nutsie. I just really like Nutsie. Another website that might be useful for using on your netbooks to get more bang for your buck would be games. Now, there's a lot of reviews saying you can't play games on here, and there's a lot of rebuttal between one reviewer and another on what you can and can't do with these things. But I'd like to put some light on it just a little bit, what you can actually do with the things. If you go to GOG.com, which is an abbreviation for, oh Lord, what was it now? I can't remember. Something about games, I can't remember. Good old games, that's it. These games that you download from this site, they are downloadable. That's important because netbooks obviously don't have an optic drive. These games do download to your computer or your netbook, and it's important to know they're DRM free, so there's no digital rights management installed. You can download on your netbook or your regular computer as well. And the games are very affordable, anywhere from $5 to $10, depending on how nice the game you want. I've downloaded 15 onto my netbook, and it's worked just fine on here, as well as those radio stations I talked about. And there's been some controversy too, or been questions asked, we'll work that way. What can I do on this thing? One person has emailed me probably every day, and this is for you. Yes, you can play iTunes on your netbook. Keep in mind, your netbook, this particular model, has a 160 gig hard drive. So, I don't know how much, if you're doing music and movies or whatever, but if you're doing movies, you're going to run out of space rather quickly. Music, you can go for quite some time in here. But yes, you can go to apple.com, download Apple iTunes onto the machine, because it's a download, don't require an optic drive, and download on here. And Apple also has radio stations as well you can use. But you can plug in an external hard drive onto this and play your iTunes movies, your music videos, your games, your TV shows, whatever. It plays just fine on here, because it's not really all that graphic intense. The video card that is on this is onboard only. There is no dedicated, so that's very important. But our buying decision for the Acer Aspire 1 D150 model compared to some of the other netbooks was a combination of several things. One, the Acer Aspire 1 D150 did have a VGA slot on the side. Some of them out there don't have the VGA slot. Most do, but there's one or two out there that don't. And I thought that was important, being as I have a high definition TV in here that has a VGA plug on it. So if I want to watch something a little bit bigger, I have that option with my netbook. And if you're spending your money, it's all about options and functionality. So to get the more for your bang for your buck, this is why I went with the Netbook. I didn't go for the elegant look or whatever like that. It is really glossy, which makes for it being a fingerprint magnet. And as with most of the Netbooks out there, yes, the touchpad is not all that spectacular. It gets the job done. But for me, I use a extra wireless mouse anyway. This is a Targus. I also have a Logitech. They plug up to this just fine. Thus, I don't worry about the touchpad. None of the touchpads on any of the netbooks that I've used have been all that great. This is the one I actually bought, and I bought it for a good reason. With 160 gigs of hard drive, it has substantial space for most of the notebooks in the market today. It having separate audio port and a separate microphone port was very important to me. And for those of you who are doing Skype, that is something you really want to consider, or those of you who use chat rooms and stuff of that nature. You want to be able to use your headphone set. On one particular brand, I think the HP Mini, it does not. It has a combined slot. Headphone, microphone, all in one plug. That's not real good for those of you who have headsets. So that'd be something to keep in mind. Something else to keep in mind too is the keyboard size. Keyboard size is very important on these on netbooks. So a lot of people make a big fuss about the keyboard. Well, one, you didn't buy the netbook for a big gaming machine in the first place, or I like to think that you didn't. However, you can still play some games on here. I've downloaded a few, as I mentioned earlier, and they do play well. But the keyboard on this particular model, the D150, is about 91% of standard keyboard size, which to me is not that big a deal. I've got long fingers, but they're not that that big. Where on the HP Mini that's come out, it does have a little bit bigger keyboard. It comes in at 93%. The weight of the netbooks is about the same on all of them. They all come in under the 3-pound marker. The Acer D150 here does have a 6-cell battery, whereas the HP only comes with a default 3-cell. So if you want the 6, you're going to spend another $60 according to Newegg for that upgraded battery. It does have a built-in webcam on here for your video chats, stuff like that. You can do that on here. However, I would suggest having a very nicely lit environment when you do so, because the webcam on none of the netbooks that I've tested have been all spectacular. Just to clarify, it is a 0.3 megapixel webcam and not a 1.3, as in many of the videos on YouTube are stating. I've used about every feature on this. I've had it for about 3 days. Another thing too, multitasking. How many things can I run at this at one time? There's rumors that you can only run 3, maybe 4 applications at one time. That's going to vary depend on what you're running. But for me, if you're running iTunes and you got Yahoo open, say checking your email, and a Word program, like I use OpenOffice, I do not use Microsoft Office. OpenOffice is a little more source efficient. I have not had no trouble thus far. I usually run 3, maybe 4 applications at one time. That's rare. More of a 3-person than anything else. And I've had no problems with lag with my experience with this model. This is the newer model that's kind of come out, so maybe they've done something a little different. It does come with 1 gig of RAM. However, compared to the previous Acer model netbooks, this one you can actually upgrade the RAM rather easily, which is very important. Upgrading that RAM makes a huge difference in what kind of performance you're going to expect. The speakers have not been improved none. They're about the same as the first models. You're not going to jam on them or anything. But you can hook it up to extra speakers. I do it all the time. I've got a big set of Logitech surround sounds here. I got a 500 watt system here, and trust me, the netbook sounds just fine with something like that on my home office here. So, in general, for a netbook and what kind of money you're looking to actually spend, I can't really complain with this. I've been really happy with it. If any of you discovered anything that I'm not mentioning, or you have any questions, feel free to email me at cnacoons@yahoo.com, or my other email at djsolutions@charter.net, which will be posted up in the corner here. And visit our website. They'll also be up in the corner, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I get emails about every day. Ones who ask me most questions, I try to make a YouTube video about it. But it is a great investment. Amongst the 8 or so models on the market today, this is one I actually bought, and I do use it, take it with me. The 6-cell battery does provide me about 5.5 hours of battery, and that's me running the screen pretty bright. So, good model. It's a good buying decision if this is what you choose to go with. And if you don't hook a printer up to it, you can go to manufacturers' websites and download those. Thank you. See you.